Okay, so my kid has the AC on and it is fucking freezing in here, but you're gonna see this hoodie and this thing a lot because there is a bunch of things that I wrote down today while I was at the office that I was like, oh, I gotta talk to my friends about this today. So I have my little paper here because I jotted it down. So that's what I'm looking at. The first one I want to talk about is you have to know when you're being played. Like you have to know when you are being played. You need to know when you're being and being played isn't always a bad thing because the right guy for me will play me like a fiddle. Like if they know that when I get mad, just be like, babe, what's wrong? And I'll be like, oh. And I'll just melt. You got it, but you got to get past the rough exterior and understand that inside I just want to be babied, right? So being 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 played is not always bad, especially if the person has good intentions. Does that make sense? You know, but it's like there are two sides to it. There always is. There goes my hoodie. There's two sides to it. So you want to talk about the bad side first? No, they want to talk about the good side first. So we're going to talk about the good side first. The good side about being played is they know exactly what to do. They know you like to cook. They know what you like. So they give it to you. I play I guess play may not be the right word for this, but it's like I I play with people all the time. Like I give you what you need. I give you what you ask for. I'm an assistant by trade. I give you what you ask for. If you ask for that, I give it to you. If I know that you like certain things, I'll make it for you. If I know that you're growing your hair and you're always in the sea, I'll make hair oil for you. You understand? I do different things for you. So it's like in that way, that's how I play. That's how I play with the person that I'm with. I don't play them like, there's a difference between playing with your person and playing your person. I play with my person. I want to tell them how great they are. I want to tell them how handsome they are. I want to tell them how smart they are. I want to encourage that. And encouragement is one of the ways you get played. The person is playing and giving you encouragement. The person is playing with you. They're it's not there's duality in this game like crazy. So it's like people are like, oh, getting played is bad. Not how, it depends on how you look at it. Because if someone's buying you flowers because they know that you love pink roses and they just want to make you smile, that's play. They're playing with you. Just like little kids play together. They're playing with you. But if the person buys you flowers and they purposely buy you the wrong flowers and they bought it because they just want you to be okay and because they fucked up, you see how the energy feels different? So that's what I'm talking about. So the first one we were talking about the good side. Now we're talking about the bad side, which everybody wants to know about. What do you mean, Keisha? What do you mean, Kayla? What is so you gotta know when you're being played. Played in the not the nice way. You know, um, there's times that people don't like their life, so they will try to bait you into an argument. They'll try to bait you into an argument, especially if they knew how to push your buttons before, or they knew that when someone did that to you before, you lost your shit. You understand? And you started doing crazy shit and stuff. But the problem is, you're not the same person you were before. So this person, especially if you're watching me, you're awake. You're paying attention to what's going on, me included. I wasn't paying, I can't sit still. I wasn't paying attention to what was going on in my life. I was literally on autopilot with weird ass programming, and I got hurt a lot. I got hurt a lot, and people said crazy shit to me and I didn't understand. I would remember crying, going, nothing is ever enough. How much more do I have to give to just fucking be loved? What is this? But like I said in another video, and I don't think I finished it, what I said in another video is, I know what I go through. I know why I went through and why I go through what I go through now is to help others. It sucks. Yes, it does. It does. It does. And I'm waiting for my universal paycheck. It does. It does. I need to get paid to exist. So it's like, I know what it feels like to give your all and you ain't get shit back. You don't, not even from like some other source. It's like people be like, oh, when you give, you might not get it back from the same person. Bitch, I didn't get it back from no one. You understand? I got it back from myself. I had to give it back to myself. No one, it didn't come from a different source. It didn't come from anything. It came from me getting off my ass and doing what I needed to do to get what I needed to get. You understand? That's what my life was like. It wasn't like, oh, I had a big, like, I watch these movies, they piss me off. These movies, it's like the person be going through stuff and then all of a sudden a crowd of people just come and hug them and make them feel bad. That shit does not happen to me. It may happen to other people, and at first I was like, Hollywood's full of shit, that don't happen to people. Then I started meeting people that had a support system. I was like, oh, so that support it's so bad that I'm laughing about this. I'm like, oh, that support system is real. Oh, I thought that was only in the movies. Wow, dads really do love their kids. Like, I remember the first time somebody was like, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with my mom. I was just like, you talk to your mother? She was like, yeah, my mom's my best friend. I was like, that's real? She was like, yes, that's real. I was like, oh, bitch, I didn't know that was a real thing. I didn't know it was a real thing. I thought everybody's family was like mine. So it's like, I don't even know where I went off. I went off the rails with this one. But you got to know when you're being baited. You do. You got to know when you're being baited. You have to know when you're being motivated or manipulated. Does that make sense? There are times that you might mistaken motivation for manipulation. They're not manipulating you, they're telling you you should go forward, and it's like, the funny thing is, there's a fine line between the two of them, and you have to trust who's giving it to you. Like, if I tell you something, I don't got time to manipulate people. I don't have time. I don't there I know I'm going off on a tangent. Fuck you. If you guys know, when you watch this show, this is what it is. So it is what it is. But it behooves me. It behooves me that people just have the time to like manipulate people. Like, you got time. Like, where you have the time to like purposely hurt someone's feelings that didn't do shit to you. Like, don't get it twisted. You do something to me, just trust and believe. If I don't get you, my spirit team gonna get you, and you're done. You understand? But I don't understand people who hurt people on purpose. I don't have time. I don't have time to have a husband, boyfriend, spouse, whatever you want to call it, and manipulate them for them not to do well. Who the fuck has time for this? Like, who has time for that? Like, you got time for that? I'm laughing about this because it boggles my mind that I watch people and I'm just like, so you had time to steal money from your wife's account that funds the household, and you thought you don't understand why she doesn't want to have sex with you. What is I know you're like, Keisha, that's strangely specific, but I really did make that up. Yeah, but that was like a mixture of stuff that I've been told. But it's like, And it did not happen to me. But it's like, you got time for that? You have time to make the person that you said that you will care about and love until death. You have time to do shit that you know is going to make them cry. You have time to not practice to be the husband you promised to be. You don't have time to be the wife, to be the girlfriend that you promised that you were going to be, whether you're married or not. You said that this is what you wanted to do. You have time to fuck up a relationship? Who has time? I'm too busy building my empire so that it complements his. I and complements mine. Well, his complements mine because we're sibling rivalry. Like, that's cool rivalry. Like, my empire, is bigger than your empire. And then, no, my empire is bigger than yours this month. You know what I'm saying? And it's just fun. But it has to be fun. It can't, like I said, there's a fine line between manipulation and motivation. You understand? Like the analogy that I just gave right now, that we're joking around competing with the empires. If I don't know who I'm with, it could be taken like, oh, she thinks she better than me, or oh, he think he better than me, and it causes conflict. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. The next thing is, you need to know when you're being managed. You have to. You need to know, oh, there is a person I know that they always try to manage people, and they don't do it well, because I manage people. I know how to manage people's emotions, but I manage people's emotions to diffuse a situation the way that it will help that person. You can't have a blanket way of managing people's emotions. It doesn't work. And every time they do it, I look at them like, do not touch me. Do not talk to me. Do not say shit to me, because you're trying to manage me and you haven't even taken the time to do it properly. So shut the fuck up. Does that make sense? And I know I said that with my whole chest. So this is for someone else too. Yeah, you're being managed. That's why it feels icky. That's why it feels like every time you try to say something, they kind of, oh no, that's not what you mean. And you're sitting there going, I know I had something I wanted to say, and you're telling me to be quiet. I'm a grown ass woman. This is black music. I'm grown, grown. I am grown, grown. You better never think that I am beneath you and you could talk to me any which way you feel like. Do you understand? They're trying to manage you. They're trying to manage. You can't make decisions about your life. I don't care if you're a TV personality. I don't care if you're a housewife. I don't care what you're doing. You have a right to say yes and a right to say no. Now, as your counsel, they can advise you, but they are not allowed to be your handler. They're not. They're not allowed to manage you. They're not, because they're doing it not for your benefit. They're doing it for their own. And that's not okay. When I manage people for their benefit. Everything I say to you, everything I do is for your betterment. It's never to make you feel bad about yourself. It's to correct a behavior and so you can move forward. Now, the amount of times that I gotta fucking tell you about it determines the attitude level that you get. First time, no level 0. If I gotta tell you more than twice and I have to keep reminding you, it's gonna go to 10. And you don't want that. That bitch is crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying about that. But yeah, so you got to know when you're being played. You got to know when you're being baited. You got to muscle test. You muscle test, and you're like, am I being baited? Well, I'm not. Yeah, am I being baited? Am I being encouraged? Ask these questions. These are the muscle test questions I want you to ask. Am I being encouraged? Am I being like the person I have in my head right now? Am I being encouraged? Am I being motivated? Am I being managed? Am I being baited? That's how you do it. Got it? All right. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Stay up, stay blessed. Deuces, and I'm out.